Hi, wonderful people. I'm G20, also known as Godful, and I am joined by my good friends here. Let's see, the Eagle Man, who will be playing the good old Einar Auskett once more.
I have returned.
Yes, and then there's Viggi, who is playing Styrmir Jonsson.
Don't call it a comeback. You never laughed.
I heard you doubled.
Wait. Hello.
I don't hear you double anymore. Yeah.
Might be my bad.
It's been a while since we played last time, but you know, we're back. We'll play some more. Shit's been busy, yo.
That it has.
Mm-hmm. We are just gonna continue from where we were last time. It's time for session 5. I'm gonna start with a recap, and then I'm gonna do so. I did it cool. I have it set so that I can put up the intro during stream. It's cool. Then I don't need to edit it later. And after this, just for people that are watching, I'll be doing a horror stream, because you know, Halloween is tomorrow, and I will not be in town tomorrow. So last time on Side Zero, you guys started heading back from the office. And you were sneaking past the group of rats, where you ended up having to run away from a few of them and kind of slide underneath the door. It was. You guys had a rough time. You stabbed one of the rats in the face, and you managed to run away. It was a good time. At that point. You saved Ottar from death, which Shade was playing. This is at that point you were still 3 people. The bad thing was that because of the rats, not only did he have a broken arm, he also he broke both of his one of his hands, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he broke his forearm, and now he destroyed his leg, basically, because of the rat. And you decide to rest outside the kitchen after you managed to give him very basic but not sufficient first aid, since you Stidman managed to determine that he was probably gonna lose his leg. You travel back to the main camp where Stephanie and Harry is, the other 2 people that you met there. And
That shit's all messed up.
yeah, and you managed to they had managed to make a proper camp. They had managed to get a full big water bottle down from the to the place where the camp was. They had a bunch of salted nuts. They had made napkin bedrolls and many other things. Einar, you loaned Harry your textile scissors that you had on you since just by luck. And while you were planning to go back to the kitchen to get more food supplies, you had managed to get some smoked meat and stuff. But you had planned to go back to the kitchen to get a little bit of more food before you guys would leave the bar and head out. And while you were doing that, Harry and Stephanie were gonna make some gear, like proper travel gear, like backpacks and stuff like that. And that is where we will pick up. I'm gonna play the intro now. God damn it. It's not doing anything. Why did I screw up? Alright, I'll do the simple thing while I'm trying to do this. I just where is this? There. Now, when we last left off, you had just went to sleep, preparing to go the next day. We are now at, you wake up now. It's pretty early in the morning. You're kind of the times when you've gone to sleep and stayed awake have kind of changed. Since most of the time you end up going to sleep pretty early and waking up pretty early. Probably something to do with the fact that you guys are much smaller now, and with all the traveling that you're doing, and you're getting tired a lot earlier. Now, what do you guys want to do? You have the plan of going to the kitchen to get some more food and just stuff. But you also know that there are some nasty rats in there which might prove to be a problem.
I brandish my stitching needle to make sure that it's nice and sharp.
Ah, yes, you had a stitching needle, didn't you?
Yeah, the effect is good for poking.
I have a question.
Yes?
Now, it seems at some point I lost one coordination. I have this back.
You lost one what?
Coordination.
I think you lost it because you I probably have it written down here somewhere.
I also have no luck for some reason.
You can
Oh, yeah,
reset. You can
reset.
reset. Yeah, you can reset the luck.
Yeah.
Alright, I shall.
You took the coordination damage because I think you like sprained your leg or something.
Okay.
Let's see, but yeah, I think I'm gonna let you get it back because I think you just sprained yourself.
Very well. And I'm back to full. Heck yeah, one health boy.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can. Nope. I don't have it written down. So yes.
After having slept, do we heal at all?
I don't. I'm gonna say because you like you. I'm gonna say since you finished this big thing and you managed to like eat and proper stuff. I think yes, you would.
Ah, sweet. I'm now back up to full health.
I feel like the normal health would recover faster than like the damage to your brawn coordination and stuff like that.
Yeah, just health in general probably is easier.
Yeah, because you spent some time and like got you rested and stuff.
That's true.
In
Also,
safety.
I'm also free of any temporary status effects, so that's good too.
Yes. You were under that for a while, if I remember correctly.
True. That is true. I forget what it was, but there was some status effect that was really not helping.
Oh yeah, I remember. I don't remember.
Like fatigued or something.
Oh yeah, because you were getting it was, yeah, I think it was fatigued.
You had to run a lot.
That's true. So such long distances.
We
Thank you.
dwarves are natural sprinters.
Very dangerous over short distances.
Yeah, I think it was yeah.
All right.
Didn't we end on the tabletop?
No, you were sleeping downstairs, down under the tabletop.
Right. Okay. Just making sure. So,
Very well, Harry and Stephanie. We will be back with more meat.
indeed, be
Do not
ready.
leave without us.
Be ready to.
Also, take good care of
Ottar.
Ottar.
He is.
He is a useful man. A good man.
Yeah, he
You
is.
might call him surprisingly useful.
Incredibly so. He's a magician.
Because he's Ottar
I
Hinotuli.
say that like under my breath. Because he's
Yes. Unbelievably useful.
It's like I think I think it made it so that succeeding on like things was hard. Succeeding on like long distance things made it harder. I think we I think we made it that fatigue removed a die from like your from stamina and stuff. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't think we had that one written down.
No. But yes. So you guys start heading back towards where the entrance of the kitchen is, and again, remembering you've gotten used to the trip by now. You've done this quite often, but it does take a while. But since you've done this so many times, you've started to kind of figure out how to make it how to make time go faster for you guys, and how basically the shortest distance, as silly as that sounds, since it's a pretty direct way. You just figure out a way to make time, save time while you're traveling. And now that you don't have someone with you that is kind of struggling to keep up, you manage to reach the kitchen door itself, passing by the kind of the puddle that has basically started to completely sink into the wooden floor, and now you can see the glasses, the broken glass coming from obviously, which you had to swim through at one point, and you can kind of see the jagged shards as you pass by, and you're at the kitchen door by like noon. And I'm guessing you would probably grab a little bit of snack, a little bit of food before you'd go into the kitchen.
Indeed, a slight rest break.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely not a lot. We want to like take as much as we can with us back.
Yeah, since you specifically are going to get supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I think. Okay, I was reading over the rules we made a little bit. I think we had like basically fatigue was like the situational modifier, not feeling it, which made every check basically one difficulty level higher. So it was harder to succeed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, you are currently just sitting outside of the door. You can see the You can kind of see when you peek underneath. You don't see anything immediately close by. It's and you take your time and eat a little bit of food and kind of take a moment to rest before you decide to crawl underneath the door once more to brace whatever might be waiting there. Probably rats. You see these
We're armed to the teeth, you see, with
Yes.
textile scissors and a sharp poker.
Actually, you remember you loaned Harry the textile
Oh yeah, I
scissors.
gave it to Harry. Well, one of us is armed.
Do you not still have the I don't. Do you still have the splinter that you, or at least Stidman has the splinter still and the stitching needle?
I do, although the splinter is more, the effect is more of a walking stick,
Yeah.
which, honestly, it's probably not good for more than a poke or two without becoming completely useless.
I'm guessing you would not have the huge handkerchief with you and the plastic bag of smoked meat.
No.
I'm guessing
We
you
would have
leave.
left the smoked bag meat with them.
And there and
But we would have some handkerchief with us to like bag up the
yeah.
other.
Oh, you have a backpack that you have a homemade backpack there. Was it the backpack that you just made, if I remember correctly? I know that you made.
No, it would be what Harry made.
Yeah, you have one of those, and
Yeah,
and
I
you
have one too.
and I think you gave no, you had that. Einar has like a flat battery box backpack.
Ah.
He made it into like a backpack very shittily, and he's using that. If I remember, I think you left most of the handkerchief back since he was going to use it to make, I think, proper sleeping bags. Yeah. So you can see the place where you left, where you went through last time, because it's there's old blood on the floor where he was where Otter was bitten.
Also where we stabbed the rat.
Yep.
Gnarly.
So where do you want to go? It's the there is light coming through the overhead window.
I think we should just go straight for the fridge.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be able to probably smell us, so it's just quickest way.
Straight run and try to get to the fridge as quick as possible.
So you're basically making a sprint.
I mean, it's not like we make noise when we run.
No. You would remember that it takes like it's about.
Yeah, we're not gonna be sprinting the entire way because that's just we're gonna exhaust ourselves.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, going directly through.
Keep up a good pace.
Yeah, going directly through the kitchen would be like around 2 hours, and the kitchen is like literally at the halfway kind of mark. And you guys can keep a good pace going.
We're used to that.
Yeah.
By now.
Yep.
Just roll a Yeah, you would be used to this. If you're just jogging, then yes, then you're not gonna have to roll anything. You you reach you reach the fridge, and you see the familiar spot that you kind of made a hole to squeeze through.
A very small one.
Now, let's see whether or not there are going to be any rats here anywhere about. You guys are pretty small. There is light, however, I'm guessing you're making a direct path, but do you want to stay in any in the shadows underneath like the island table and stuff?
Yeah, probably.
Like somewhere where it's not like incredibly obvious for them to see.
So long as it doesn't take us too far off path, then yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. It would be the most direct path, and then you just run directly over to the fridge. So
Yeah.
it would be
Then-
the most
then all
direct
is well.
path. Because you would know. You remembered seeing the rats in the cupboards at the other side last time. So I'm gonna see what these not one too many dice here in my hand. Are rats really good at seeing?
I don't think so. I think they have actually poor vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not predators, so they
Yeah.
probably
So
have better hearing than anything else.
they. I was rolling for sight.
I think most rodents, like, as they go about, they, like, basically stick their nose up in the air and aren't really looking and just sniff stuff out.
Yeah. Or use their whiskers.
Yes, the whisker thing. I always forget about that.
Well,
Yeah.
luckily for you, it doesn't. They didn't succeed on even one of the dice, but they had like a penalty.
Nice.
So you managed to get to the fridge, no problem.
Alright.
I hear myself double.
Not for me. I hear myself double too.
So it's the Eagle Man.
Excuse me, someone was talking to me. What did you just say?
We heard ourselves double.
You. Yeah. That's totally me.
Yeah. But yes, you were saying,
For
Stidris?
some reason, when I mute my mic, it echoes everyone else. I don't really get it.
You can mute yourself on Discord.
I know. I just don't.
Right. So, I set my backpack down and place myself with my back to the fridge so that I can clasp my hands together to boost in arrow.
Yeah.
How far is it?
It is far enough that you'll kind of have to make like a jump. Because you were last time you did this, you were 3 individuals.
Okay. I'm just gonna like take off my backpack too and just toss it up there.
All right. Since this is kind of like a cardboard box, it's really flimsy to throw.
Oh yeah, it is. All right. Scratch that.
But do you want to? You can take your
just
rope
throw
with
my
you.
stuff up to me. I just
Yeah.
put everything down and then I just run at Styrmir.
Yeah. You have a rope. By the way, you have a rope. So.
Yeah. I'll use that to help Styrmir up.
All right. This is just a difficulty 2, so just roll 1. It's just a 1 die skill roll.
All right. So my
And this would be
A D10.
acrobatics.
Yeah, this would be. I would say this is coordination.
Yeah.
Because you're working together on this,
Yeah.
all right.
and he's pushing you up.
So do I roll 2? Or...
No. He I think he's just doing it because he's like you would know when to boost him up. It's just whether or not he fucks it up or not.
Don't f it up.
All right. So I would like to ask that I get my work smart, not hard, because we're helping each other get up this.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I think that works. You're but I got an
What
idea.
did you need to roll to make it?
Just over 10 or more.
10
Right,
or
so
Wait,
you
what?
take your
core-
staff.
And your skill, so you would
And your
have
skill.
5 total plus the die roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
In that case, I roll a 9, so I barely fail it.
9
Wait.
total.
Yeah, 9 total.
damn.
I rolled a 4.
Damn.
Wouldn't you have gotten an extra dice?
Well, you're working together, so I mean, yeah, I think it would got 2 because he's helping you, giving you the boost. So yeah, I'll allow an
Right.
extra die.
Second roll is an 8, so yeah, that's a 13.
Sweet.
Yeah, you
Teamwork makes the dream work.
managed to reach up there without without too much issue. You feel kind of like if you kind of screw up, you almost screw up the jump at the first time, but you manage to get up there and climb up. And you have your rope that's 3 meters long. You can lower it down as you're tied to something.
Yeah, like first, like, all right, toss me the bags.
Right, and with I position myself right beneath, and with a heave and a whoop, I toss them up and hope he catches them.
Yeah, it's not that hard to catch them. It's the most uncomfortable part of this is like kind of squeezing through the kind of the rubber in between to kind of isolate the fridge.
Yeah, I like push the backpacks in and then I go back and throw the rope out.
Yeah, you can kind of feel you can kind of feel your backpack. It gives a little more, like it starts to flatten out a little bit when you try to when you're getting it through.
That just makes it easier to get through.
Yeah. By the way, I got a kind of an idea for our rolls here. While we were doing this. So currently we've been having our difficulty thing in such a way that we add just dice to. There are more and more dice depending on how difficult the thing is, and you need to succeed on more things.
Yeah.
A question whether or not like we can try this later. I'm just mentioning the idea whether or not like it would be cool if like you would always roll. If you always roll 5 dice, and just you need to succeed on more of them depending on like the difficulty.
Maybe, but I feel like
currently this is working well. I'm just like it just popped into my head when we were doing this.
Yeah, it although that feels like it would make the easy rolls like stupidly easy.
Yeah.
But then again, they're supposed to be easy.
Yeah, but like if you're like, for instance, if I have to do some climbing, then for instance, all I have to do is roll a 4 or higher. I roll once, I rolled a 4, and it was,
Technically seen, it makes like it's the same principle as what we've been doing now, but just adds more dice to the easier rolls.
Yeah, but 5 feels a bit more like, again, if it was the same, like if it was a needing 1 success on a climb and I roll 5, I succeed on all but 1.
Yeah.
So it's maybe a bit too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we add more dice, we're gonna need to change the necessary success requirements.
Yeah, the difficulty needs to be modified a bit.
Yeah. I only got the idea because I was looking at the modifiers things, and that's why I got like, oh, that might be cool. But...
Yeah, but you can, of course, make it more difficult by, like needing to succeed on 2 die, and I just only rolled 2. Yeah, I just failed 1. So I don't know. It's.
I think when we go into it, I think the one we've been using currently works pretty well.
Yeah, it means you can also spend your luck like more.
With
a bit more control over it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we were to use a set amount, would we reroll the entire thing or just 1? Or yeah, I don't know. Just thinking out loud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just an interesting idea I got while we were looking at this. I just wanted to bring it up since we were doing it.
Yeah.
So, but yes, you managed to get up. You lower the rope down and you kind of tie it to one of the what are they called? The
grates?
Yeah, the grates inside where everything's on.
It's a pretty great grate.
Yeah. You can it's hanging kind of in such a way that you have to put your hands up to grab onto it, but you can pull yourself up and it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But it's like
it's
a little bit
assist him by like pulling the rope up.
Yeah. The rope is like 2 meters off the ground. But like you can kind of stretch up. Or what would be 2 meters up off the ground for you.
Yeah. actually like 0.2 millimeters.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you climb up and you're pulled up, and now you're inside the big ass fridge. Now, last time you were here, the smell was okay. It wasn't horrible. There's starting to be a kind of a stench in here now.
The smell of rotten fish is almost unbearable.
Yes.
Is this shark eye smell?
Yeah, the smell in here is getting pretty bad.
Let's find the meat.
Alright.
It should be still fine.
Yes, it should last for days. Whoever's keeping it in its fridge is just overkill.
Years even.
It is. It is now the layer of frost that was there last time. It's not there anymore. So you're not at any. Like, there's no chance that you're gonna accidentally slip or slide or something.
That's good to know.
You can see there are bottles with liquids in them, which are probably not going to be useful for you currently. But you can find the smoked meat pretty easily. It's exactly where you left it. You didn't.
Yeah, it hasn't moved.
Yeah, you didn't take that much with you last time.
No.
You took
had
like
a lot of other stuff with us.
Yeah, but so I kind of think of it like you took maybe one fucking slice that you kind of ripped, like, kind of cut with difficulty with the scissors. And,
Time to stuff our bags, Phil.
yeah. Do you have anything you could use to kind of, like, cut the meat or, like, rip the meat in any way? I think you'd probably be using the needle or...
Yeah, just the needle and our hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more like I'm like scraping it into chunks.
Yeah, because the chunks are, like, for you, they're pretty fucking thick.
Yeah, so
like-
I'm just stitching along.
You know those cartoony, like, big sandwiches that are, like, just, like, big enough to fit in your hands, but, like, not big enough for you to bite?
Oh, you mean the things I can buy in New York?
Yeah. It's basically that thick for you guys.
Holy crap.
That's what. So it's like you can rip the meat. It's just hard. Like there are points where it's easier. You know how like smoked meat is. It's like some parts are easy to rip, some aren't.
Yeah, it's all about ripping along the muscle.
Exactly. You still have the soy sauce bottle. That do you have water in it now?
I did fill it up with water
Yeah.
last time.
I would.
Yeah, so-
yeah.
So I have myself a drink and I
Yeah.
hand it over to Einar to see if he wants some.
Mm-hmm. You
Why,
can.
thank you.
There are bottles here that you could possibly like, kind of because you're on the grates. You could definitely like, with maybe some difficulty, screw off like the top of a bottle and get some more drink if you needed to.
I examine the top of the bottle that I'm currently standing over. Yeah.
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 It is a screwed.
And-
It is one of those screwed, but it is like a plastic bottle, and it is basically like, it's just like water, like
It's
crystals.
bottled water, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crystals.
bottled water.
Bottled water.
Is any
Sparkling
of them,
water.
Yeah, there you go. Sparkling water. Are any of them already opened? Because I think that might be easier.
No, but you do have a needle that you could use to poke a hole on it.
True. Although that would take some work, but it could be done.
Yeah, but that would also mean that you could like get more if you needed to.
Also, I could just, tip it over and we have a fountain.
Yeah. You would have you could do that. It's not as easy tipping it over in here because it's in like the shelf.
Yeah.
and there's more stuff in the shelf. You could you think you could tip it over, but it would be kind of hard.
Can I position myself against the fridge door and try to push it with my legs?
Yes, you can. I'm gonna say that this would be this is a brawn check, and
I'm gonna hold on to him so it doesn't fall
I'm
down.
gonna say, because this is really heavy and kind of difficult to do with your, especially since you're that small, it's a difficulty 4.
Right, so 4 dice.
Hang on.
3 dice.
3 dice, never mind.
Yeah, because difficulty 1 is automatic success.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, this
Hang
is a
on,
brawn,
you said, my dude?
Yeah. Now, does he have a chance of falling while pushing?
Yes, there would be a fair chance that could happen.
Alright, I tie the rope around you first,
Alright,
and then
so
I tie it to a grate. So if you
Yeah.
fall, you're stuck to the grate.
Because he's like,
Nice.
when he positions himself to push, he's basically in, like, there's nothing below him.
Right,
So yes, you
so,
now you have something to help yourself with. How do you want to roll it? Do you want to...
does the climbing skill come into effect here?
I mean, how would you... You still have 3 points, remember, but how would it come into effect?
It would be me trying to balance myself and using my I would be holding myself up by pushing myself into the fridge door.
Sure.
So that it needs me to so that gives
Yeah, I'll
me
allow that.
a bit easier of a chance to make it. Alright, so ooh boy, I make a roll of 3, a 5, and a 9, which means I fail one, but I'm going to spend 1 luck
To re-roll it.
re-roll. Yes, here we go. Now I'm down to 4 luck. There we go, 7. Nice.
Nice. Oh yeah, when you add use your luck, you add 1 roll. So you basically, which you can use to replace.
Right. But I just
yeah.
re-rolled the die instead.
Yeah. Because technically seen, there aren't re-rolls. You just get an extra die.
To celebrate, I'm gonna have some sparkling water.
Nice. You feel your muscles, your leg muscles really just bulge as you're trying to push, and you could just feel the sweat dripping down your face. But after a moment, you kind of start feeling it tip a little bit, and it falls to the side. Now it doesn't fall completely. It's like at a 90-degree angle. But
nice, oh crap! Did I forget to
Hang on. It's at a 90-degree angle.
So that's completely.
So it's on the side.
No, not 90-degree.
45.
Yeah, 45.
There you go. Much better.
I herped it derped.
Right.
Yeah.
Did I say out loud that I poked the hole in the top?
No, you
I
did not.
forget to say that.
You talked about doing it, but you did not do it.
Correct.
I'll allow you to do that, but
since there was no role involved.
Yeah, I'll allow you to do it. It's basically just you take time to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna do that for a bit of time, and then we push, and then hopefully there should be like a tiny little stream of water.
Yes. Like you can see it just kind of like at first when it falls down, like a little bit, like as it hits the side, it like a little bit of it, but then it starts to just drip out slowly.
Alright, this is gonna be something.
It's kind of at first like you squeeze the bottle a little bit, and then you just let it drip.
Yeah. So I'm going to, for while we have a tiny little stream, I'm gonna put my head under and clean my hair because we haven't showered for days.
Was this sparkling or not sparkling?
This is sparkling.
Ooh, fizzy.
I don't need shampoo, guys.
So refreshing.
Oh, so you got serious nice on yourself. No, fun fact.
Yes. Hverjir drekka Krista?
Fun fact, Styrmir does not use shampoo.
It is a fun fact.
Yeah.
But yes, fucking... Yes,
As in-
Krista.
Goddammit. Ég er toppmaður sjálfur, þannig að...
So,
This is evident.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't see me, my time is now.
But yeah, so you can also just drink, like, you can just put your, like, kind of hands there to drink.
Yeah.
It will, like, you will get pretty sticky afterwards, but, you know...
Sticky.
I mean, we have to climb.
It's
a little...
water.
No, wait, oh yeah, it's just sparkling.
Yeah, there's nothing in this but water.
Fucking forgot. But yeah, it's just water. It's just sparkling water.
Yeah, it's great. And then I wash my hands when I'm done.
Yeah, it's a little bit
I
weird,
would
though.
like to do the same.
Excellent.
I think it's just weird. Like, fizzy in your hands, like, whew.
Yeah.
I like take off my shirt and like da 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 da.
Sure.
Boy, I'm so glad I cheered you on to success.
So, like, it's not, like, things are not freezing in here, but it is kind of cold in here still.
I mean, we're not gonna die from a little chill.
No,
We're
no,
from
no.
Iceland.
Exactly, I'm just saying, like, it's cold in there.
Like, it's warm. Right now, it's about the temperature of a fridge outside, and it's not even cold.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So after refreshing dip and a lot to drink.
Yeah, you can drink as much as you want currently. Like, that bottle has way more liquid in it than you're gonna need.
Yeah, and then we fill the bottle and we tear the jerky to shreds and fill up our backpacks. Also, we eat our fill.
Yes, exactly.
So you're gonna fill up your backpacks. I'm gonna say that you can easily fill your backpack with enough food for, like, for 5 people, you would be able to get like a week's worth with, like, for one backpack. So you can.
So that's 35 rations.
Yeah.
So
There's-
is
it's-
that per backpack?
Per
or-
backpack. So you would have basically 14 days worth.
Alright, I will type in my 7 days.
Yeah.
Days.
7-day rations for 5 people.
I just write 35 days.
35.
5 times 7. That's
Yeah.
not 35?
No, 7. Like 7. Yeah, 35. Yeah. I was confused because you said that. You're counting for a single person. You're not counting for, like, everyone.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
because, you know, putting stuff in your bag as like, I have this many days for these many people doesn't make sense. I just have for these many days food.
I'll also add it to
And I
your.
can give other people and I just reduce.
Yeah. I added to the character sheet this way here. So that I have it as well. You are, yeah, you managed to fill it up. You basically take most of the day doing this. This is, like, kind of, you'd think, like, with the exception of not having the proper tools, this is probably kind of similar, like, to work at a butchery, just to cut the meat and shit. Except you're just ripping it.
Yeah.
It's just, and you spend most of the day doing that.
With our new clean hands, we do it.
Yeah. I'm guessing
No,
clean your hands immediately afterwards.
That too.
Yeah.
Because they're probably fatty as fuck.
Indubitably.
But, yeah, you managed to fill up. Your tiny, like, the backpack you have, it is, like, you can fill up a lot in it. More than you can put into the one Stidman has.
Wait, so I have more than 35?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you have a little bit more. I'm gonna say that you have like 45. Cause it's like,
Yeah.
cause yours is just a box. And I mean, I would, like as you
I knew
put,
I liked double A's for a reason.
I'm gonna say like, I'm gonna say that you definitely like got the bottom of it kind of, like Harry kind of like made a support for the bottom so it wouldn't give out as easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he put some like proper material on like around it and under it and on the lid, so that it would like handle a little bit of rain and stuff like that, and it wouldn't give away from weight immediately. But yours is like square, so it's pretty bigger than his, which is like it does like they don't have anything to like stretch out properly, or like they know how to make the stuff, but they're not like experts at it. So they can make a basic backpack that doesn't it's not necessarily made to perfection and isn't comfortable for long wears, but you know it works.
Yeah. All good. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully for the last time.
Do you want to leave the rope as you go down, or do you want to like take the rope and like drop down? Like it's the drop is like it's a I would say it's probably around 4 meters down.
4 meters. Hang
Yeah.
on.
4
It's a bit of a
meters.
drop.
Yeah, it's a bit of a drop.
What did we get? How did we get this rope?
It's twine actually.
Oh,
If I remember correctly. It's not like. No wait, it's the three. Yeah, this is twine, but I think. It's
yeah, we got it at the same place as the needle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I say we leave it. Honestly.
Yeah, there's probably not too much use for it. Besides, it's not that long.
Yeah, we just tie it up and throw it out and climb down.
Now, just before you do that, I'm gonna ask you a question. So you spent most of the day there, which means that you're in there for like 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah.
Do you want to get out of the kitchen and rest there, or do you want to just travel straight until you reach camp? Because you can't do that.
We cannot stay in the kitchen. It is way too risky.
Yeah. The rest are gonna eat our faces off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to run. Well, not run, but
Same pace as earlier.
same pace as Lulu. Yes.
So it is dark. So when you get out, it's starting to get dark. It's actually like the sun is down, and since there's no actual proper sunlight coming through the window, like it's pretty dark in there pretty fast. A thing you can notice once you hit the floor and you kind of dart over to the other side of the other side where the island is, and you look, you can kind of like they don't seem to have noticed you at all, but there are like fuzzy forms.
Oh yeah, by the
Like,
way, I did some research on like rodents.
Hmm?
Because I was doing Halloween session stuff where everybody was rodent.
Yeah.
And a lot of rodents have like glowing eyes in the dark.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that.
But even though they have those, they actually can't see in the dark.
Yeah, it's light hitting the back of their eyes, but
Yeah.
they don't have night vision.
Yeah.
Well, they can't see well in low light conditions. Is what I mean.
Yeah. So
You can
them
kind
seeing
of
in darkness is but a myth.
you can kind of like you can see the like kind of fuzzy forms like very faintly, and like it's not so dark that it's pitch black, so you can kind of see them poorly.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also see like a little a little bit of their eyes like glowing like as they're looking about, but they don't seem to have noticed you. There are rats. There are like 2 rats that you can see.
All right.
They're not close to you, but you would know that it would take them way less time to reach you than it takes
Us to reach them.
exactly.
They fast, yo.
They big, yo, compared to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get going.
All right.
I'm gonna erase this 3 meter by half because we leave it.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that you're gonna. I'm gonna guess that you wanna move with speed, but do you wanna like try to be kind of stealthful about it?
Like, try to stick in the shadows as much as we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just for that, let's roll coordination.
Both.
Yes. It's a group.
Alright.
It's a group effort coordination. It's basically a stealth roll.
Ooh, does
It's
my very quiet skill come in handy?
yes.
Nice.
Does my rat hunter come in handy?
I'll allow it because you like it's about
I'm
hunting
hiding
rats.
from rats.
Exactly. If it was hiding from anything else, no. But rats, yes.
Right, what is the difficulty?
The difficulty of this, since it's dark and they don't see well. I'm gonna say that this is mostly you just, and it like, you don't make a lot of sound when you're running. Like when you're moving, you make a little bit. But I'm gonna say it's just difficulty. Let's say 3. Because they're not relying on sight to see you, they're relying on smell and hearing.
Alrighty, 2 dice it is.
Yes.
I rolled a 2 and an 8. I am willing to spend another luck for an extra die.
I will also spend the luck for a dice.
Crit.
Nice.
Alright. That was me with a success.
Wondering if I should spend my other luck.
Oh yeah, you only have 2, you unlucky sod.
Have you spent a luck?
Yeah, I spent 1 luck and I didn't make it with that one. I'm thinking about spending the other one.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
We might want to, since we're kinda...
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I succeed!
Nice. Well done.
2 luck points down, though.
Oh boy.
So I have 0 luck.
Yeah.
But did you succeed?
Yes, I did succeed.
Alright. And both of you spent luck, right?
Yes, I spent... I'm down to 3 remaining.
So you succeeded on this. I'm gonna say that because you succeeded, they don't seem to notice you at all. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna roll anything for them. I just can say it's easier to make sense that if you succeed, it's no problem. Like, yeah, they don't seem to notice you. You move like in the shadows, and like you do see like in the middle like island, you do see that there is a kind of a rat hole. Like as you're moving along it, and like because you're moving a lot more underneath the table this time, and you weren't really paying too much attention to it because you were like looking out for rats the other time. But now, since you're trying to hide specifically from them, you notice this rat hole, and you kind of stop when you reach it, and you kind of look in, like kind of reluctantly look into it, and you notice that there aren't any rats in there, at least that you can see. And it's pretty clear, like it's pretty dark in there, but you don't see any eyes, like any glowing eyes there or anything. And if there is anything there, it's they would have noticed you by now. But you do see another rat hole at the other end, and you just kind of make a sprint for it underneath there, and where you're out of sight and the rats can't see you. And basically for like about half an hour, you're just safe underneath this table. And you reach the exit where you can kind of like, it's a much smaller hole, kind of like a crack, and it's big enough for you guys to get through, and you two kind of push through with your battery like backpack and everything. It only goes through when you put it like to the ground and drag it through, because it's a little bit thicker than you, wider than you, and you look about and you can see that there is like a rat at the further right, where the like kind of at the same side the fridge is, kind of moving along the side, and waiting for it to just kind of like skitter. You just wait and you start sprinting like full deck, just trying to be as stealthy as you can while running as fast as you can, like trying to take light steps. And you manage to reach the door without any of the rats like noticing you until maybe the last moment when you're at the door. You can kind of see one rat like notice, like look and hear something in your direction. But by the time that's happening, you're kind of like, with a little bit of difficulty, squeezing your backpack through and then rolling underneath and Stidman as well. So they noticed you, but at the dead last seconds of you getting
Suck
out.
it, losers.
Ah,
Do you want to try to get to the camp before you rest up? Like, you would be getting there pretty late.
I mean, it's not that far left.
You'd be getting there around midnight.
Yeah, we should probably push on. No reason to
Agreed.
no reason to risk it out here.
Yeah, thinking about you guys woke up around 6 and you didn't head out until like 7 in the morning, I would guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, around midnight. And it's very tiresome, but you make it. There aren't any. You don't like. It's pretty fucking dark, especially behind behind the bar. Because the only light that you can kind of see from the windows is like hitting above, but the light below and in the area where you're underneath, it's almost pitch black. You can kind of like, your eyes have to adjust to the darkness properly. And you just, but once you reach past, you can kind of see a little bit properly, and you start moving. In the distance, like when you're like when you can see the camp, but it's still like quite a bit of distance to walk, you can kind of see a flickering of light there. And as you reach, you can see the familiar ashtray there they've thrown all sorts of napkin and stuff, and they've started a tiny fire there to keep, like, it's not warm in here, but it's not too cold. But the heat does help. You can notice that since the camp is very close to the counter itself, like at least the sleeping bags and the ashtray and all that, you can notice that Stephanie, Harry, and Otter, they've all retired for the day.
Yeah, let's not wake them. Let's just put down our bags and go to sleep.
Yep.
You see that
crash exhausted to the
you can see that like they are sleeping in the newly made handkerchief bags, and there's plenty of handkerchief left since you're so small. Which they've started to make like better bags. They made like a single bag out of the little material that they could find. And but now since they got more material, like the handkerchief, they can make proper stuff. And this is like those thick handkerchiefs. So yeah. So you retire
I just lie on top of it and go to sleep.
You wake up the next day. You sleep longer than normally, mostly just because you've been awake for like majority of the day and doing shit. And one moment.
Tiresome shit. Oh my, it was good to sleep without fear of being eaten by rats. Wouldn't you agree, Styrmir?
for breakfast.
Yeah, when you wake up, you can see that both, like, Harry and Stephanie are awake. They're already doing stuff.
Meat with peanut crumbs.
Ah, my favorite.
Salty with salt.
And as dessert, we get sparkled water.
Now, the soy bottle, for you, like, you traveled with it. It's kind of big. For you, like, it's not like a normal, like, traveling flask. It's like, it's closer to being a 2 liter.
Yeah, I usually keep it.
Yeah,
on top of my backpack.
I think it would probably be more than that. A
Depends
little
on
bit more. I think.
Depends on how small we are.
I'm gonna say, like, size-wise, I would say, like, around 3 liters. It's just because the shape is different. It's more like,
Right.
it's more like a square than a
It's
fucking
Yeah,
tiny
it's more like a
cylinder.
box than
Yeah.
anything. Which just fits more water in there.
Yeah. You basically, you're traveling with your backpack, and that, like, is kind of like on the back of your backpack, just kind of like stuck to it. It's kind of big, but yeah, it's not impossible to travel with. You can see that they've since you did talk about leaving the bar today, they've started to kind of gather up the things that you guys might need.
Good morning.
Morning, Stephanie says as you wake up. We prepared some food for you over there next to the fire.
Why, thank you.
You
That was very kind of you.
You can see there's a little bit of
Icelandic.
yeah. You can see a little bit, like, they've probably, like, ripped some paper plates or something they found, and they're using that as, like, tiny plates for the food.
Alright, I eat.
You can see that
Yes.
you can see as you kind of eat your food and you look towards you can see that when you look towards Ottar, he looks very sick, and just he is not doing good.
I don't know if we can move him. He is very wounded. Is he asleep?
No, he's like barely awake. He seems to just be like, he seems to be running a fever and just be doing really bad.
Might have an infection, which we can't fix.
I mean, you would know that you guys both know that, like, rats can be carriers of disease.
That is very true.
And he got quite viciously bitten by one.
Yeah, rabies.
Mm-hmm. You see that, like, Harry and Stephanie, they've been prepping, like, they are prepping stuff, but they also seem to be kind of like when you notice him and you kind of look towards them, you can see that they're a little bit worried about what to do there as well, since you guys don't have any medicines or anything like that.
I mean, even if we had medicine, it would be too big.
Yes.
Yes, swallow this entire pill, my friend. You'll be fine.
Also, a lot harder to kind of like make the doses.
No, I mean, we literally couldn't make the doses, because even if we, like, mined a bit out of it, that's just sugar. Medicine is on the inside.
I know, but you can also put it into water, many of them. And it dissolves into it.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that they usually
you're supposed to
need to drink all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they dissolve,
Yeah.
That's when they taste really foul, which is usually why the capsules are a thing.
I mean, I agree with you, but it's like it would be the one way of like for your size to actually drink this.
Which is why we're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's in trouble.
Yeah, you're not exactly sure what to do here. He looks like absolute shit.
Can we take Harry and Steph off to the side?
Yes, you can.
It's not like he can follow us.
No,
I was a bit mean, but I do mean it.
You mean it, or
Yeah.
do you mean it?
Both.
How mean of you?
Yeah, it is.
you idiot. But yes, you can
Oh,
take them to the side.
we have a big problem. So, the issue of what do we do with Otar?
Oh, that's a good question. He looks really bad, and even if from what you told me, like he was bitten by a rat, and if not the bite from the if it's not the bite from the rat that's doing this to him, it might just the disease from a rat that's doing it to him. It might just be the fact that we don't have anything to properly clean the wound and do anything, so it might just be festering. And that in and of itself is a big problem.
Yes, he might die from such a preventable disease.
We need there. We don't have any proper ways to. We don't have any proper medicines on us. Whether or not there are any medicines that we can use, even. When you traveled, did you see anything that kind of looked like a medicine cabin anywhere?
Not that we saw.
Oh.
Like, we could possibly use a little bit of alcohol to clean the wounds. It's not the best thing in the world, but we can.
If he's infected, it probably won't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be too defeatist.
We don't have any enough information on this, what's going on with him. It's just his just whether it's his leg that's whether it's just his festering wound or just disease. It's hard to tell. Like you said, even if we clean the wound, that might not be enough.
And
Might be too late.
Even if we did somehow manage it, he's in no condition to move. If we plan to leave, I don't know if we can.
This might seem a bit on the rougher side, but we could leave him some rations and head out, and if we find a way to save him, we come back. There is nothing we can really do for him right now.
Except leave him in as comfortable as we can, and well, let nature take its course.
At least he won't die to those rats gnawing on him.
Both you can kind of see that like they don't like the idea, but they are not there's not really they don't have any other ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But Harry goes and says, "Well, we would be still leaving him here alone for a pretty big maybe."
It is the best maybe we can give him.
By the way, Harry hands you back your textile scissors.
Thank you, Harry. These will be very helpful. Sadly, we needed to sacrifice our rope.
Yeah, we made a little bit more from what we could find, and he kind of shows you a 10-meter long rope.
Show off.
They spent a lot of time just making shit.
Yeah.
And they made it like you can see that they made this rope from portions of the handkerchief that they just cut down and fashioned into a rope.
Alright. I say we give him 7 days of rationing. And then head out immediately. The faster we go, the more likely we are to find someone to help him.
True.
I'll explain it to him.
And if it's a disease, there is nothing we can actually do about it.
Except get big again.
Yeah. His if it's just a minor infection, he should recover on his own, but if it's something big, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
So you're choosing to leave him behind.
Yeah.
It's a crying shame, but you don't really have a choice.
If anyone can do it, he can.
And if we
He
can
is unbelievable.
yeah, and if we
I
get
don't say this out loud, that would be just too mean, honestly.
It's too mean.
That would just be like a psychopath, something would say.
Besides, if we manage to fix our condition, we can probably come back and fix
Save him.
him back up.
True enough.
Alright, prepare to move out, I guess.
Do you hand them your backpack so that they can put on this prep it for you with all the stuff you're gonna need?
Yeah.
So they're just basically putting on your the traveling the bedroll for you and like basically all that stuff. You only have one bottle that you can use for water currently, and that's the bottle that Stidman has. That's the only proper bottled water. They've been drinking from slowly from a bottle that they prepped while they were there, but you don't have anything to properly carried with you because they haven't found anything proper to make another bottle.
I go to Ottar and just sit with him and I tell him, Ottar, we're going to go now and try to find some help for you. We'll leave you with plenty of food to eat, and you know where to get more when you recover.
You can see a very sad expression, but after a moment he kind of nods knowingly. He can kind of realize his situation. It's not ideal for anyone.
So I hand him food and is there anything around here? Gift to you?
He is basically in his own sleeping bag that they made for him as well. But he kind of shakes his head. You place the food close to him, and he's kind of as close to the close to the
Fine.
ashtray as you can be. Like, there's
Right.
plenty of stuff to use as firewood there. There is a lighter there, which you know, you guys will not be traveling with you,
No.
taking with you. But that's what they've been using to turn on the stuff in the ashtray.
I just put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Till we meet again."
Yeah.
I stand up and go to leave.
Mm-hmm. So your both of your backpacks have been outfitted, like your bedrolls are rolled up on them and prepped on them. They managed to like make these small, like they crushed a bunch of peanuts, like the salted nuts, and gave you like bags of them to kind of like eat on the journey, like to nibble on, like so that we won't be stopping and like eating the meat. So you just like flavor wise, you have a bag of like a decently big like bag. It kind of fits in your palm that has just a bunch of like salted nuts in it.
All right, and we're off
A great adventure.
to the front door.
Yes. Walking to the front door takes a while. But go basically, since you're kind of in a rush to get out before like, because you want to use as much of the day outside as you can. Harry and Steph both lead the group by kind of like jogging a little bit ahead, and like you're used to this pace by now, and you kind of take about, if I remember correctly, it was like around. It's kind of far to reach the door, so it was like around 3 hours normally. 3-4 hours. You managed to, like, because you're jogging the entire time, you managed to kind of like lessen the time by 2 hours. You're like a little bit winded when you get to the door, but you take time to rest. Because the big challenge is to get through the door with all of the stuff that you have with you. They did hand you also proper walking sticks that they made. So the splinter you have, you can just change that into a walking stick.
Walking.
Yeah, because they just fashioned one out of like wood paneling, and they hand you one as well, in it.
Nice.
So they have ones as well. They're, and as you reach the door and you're kind of prepping to go, you remember that basically when you were leaving, you kind of had to squeeze through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But you notice that during your travels a little bit, they obviously Harry had spent some time going to the door, and you remember the part where you almost were squished. He apparently went there with the textile scissors at some point and cut open enough space for you to go through without getting like squished. So there's just a hole there, and you can feel like a little bit of breeze coming through. It's not like a big wind or anything. It's just you can kind of feel a little bit of it. And it's been a long time since you felt like wind. It's been a few days since you've been outside in general. But you can kind of smell the fresh air.
Is it
The
snowing?
breeze.
Since it's January, I think.
It is January if I remember correctly. January. Yeah, it started the 7th of January. Some days I've lived.
Yes, time seems to be melding together.
So, but no, it doesn't seem to. It doesn't seem to be. There is a little bit of snow, but not a lot. Like not like heavy snow. There's like, it seems like it was snowing a few days when the storm was, but but there hasn't been any snow since then.
Damn climate change. You never get any good snow anymore. Although I should probably be thankful.
And yes, you just make a small like camp there to kind of rest up. It is around. You're heading out pretty early in the morning, and you didn't. From basically how you did things, I guess you ate breakfast. You woke up a little bit later than normal, so around 8, I would guess, and you took maybe around like 10 minutes or so to eat, and then you went and discussed together for like a moment, and then left. So yeah, you were like probably left by 8:20, give or take. Okay. So it's about 10 in the morning when you reach the door, and you're taking kind of a small break, like a small rest, but before you go outside. You see that a bit of the stuff that they also handed you was that they also handed you, not made from the handkerchief, but like from some of the materials gotten from one of the from some of the jackets and stuff like that. They handed you not great, but like these these ponchos with like sleeves, so like so that they, and some like a bit of the handkerchief that they used to make like a belt around, to like tie around your waist, because it reaches like down to your knees, and if you don't want to have it like flapping everywhere, you can tie around your waist to kind of restrict its movement. It is it's kind of warm, so it's like, so you're not so it's not cold. Like, it helps you keep warm since you don't have your like normal jackets, since you weren't wearing them when you shrunk down.
Which is awful.
Yeah.
All right. I say we continue forward and then go a bit left. After all, just by here there is a supermarket.
Yes. You need to go down steps, though. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Why we have the 10-meter rope.
That you do.
Yes.
That should account for something.
Yeah.
So, you go to the, you go out, and stepping outside, like, you went there, you got like kind of a taste of it last time. You didn't go completely outside, you went underneath the like rain cover. But now you actually walk underneath completely from the door, and you look up, and you're underneath like a tiny bit of roof, but you look and you can see the sky, and for you to admit, this is the first time you've seen the sky since this happened, and it's pretty darn nice. It's pretty cold outside, colder than you are used to. But that might just be the size, like the difference in size. You might be a little bit more susceptible to the cold with this size, but it is like there's a slight breeze in the air, but not enough to cause any trouble towards you. Like, you can, like, it's not like wind. This is kind of like breeze for you. Breeze for us, like big people, that would be wind for you guys.
Alright, do we see anyone?
No. You can see like on the like where the supermarket is, there are cars. There like there's like 3 or 4 cars on the like situated on the parking lot in front. But when you shrunk down, the store had already closed, so you know it's not surprising. These cars might possibly belong to people that are going to the bar. It seems to be. You can though see a few cars that are just like kind of like they've obviously kind of like rolled to a stop or crashed into something. So you assume that this happened to more than just you guys.
Yeah. That'll be unfortunate if you're driving and this shit happens.
So,
That would be extra bad.
so it is time to look at a map of where you are. And the question is, where do you want to go from there?
We wanna go to the supermarket.
Just next door?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
That's where people gather.
Yeah,
So,
and probably a lot more people in the bar.
Yeah.
all right. So,
I say we go through the front door of the supermarket. But first we need to go down the steps, that's true.
where you are currently, it would take, when you get down the steps, everything here takes way longer to travel than it would be for you to travel indoors. Now,
Why is this?
because it just distance-wise, there's much more distance to cover.
Okay.
Like, going to the kitchen took you quite a while, but going to the house next door is also gonna take you a lot longer, as you know.
Yeah.
So the distance was 5 hours. It's just much, yeah. Hopefully, I just worded that poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is an entrance to this, like, there is a door leading into the supermarket, like, when you go down the steps and you go to the side of the building, there's, like, this big kind of, like, trash container, and, like, behind that, kind of as an employee entrance, there is, that is the closest entrance that you can reach. Then there is, if you want to go even further to reach the bigger entrance, which would take you much...
It's cold outside. Let's just go through the
Yeah, alright.
employee one.
This will take you easily the entire day to get there.
Baby, it's cold out there.
It's cool outside.
Yeah, like going down the steps is gonna take the least amount. No, actually, that would take. Like, if you want to, like, I'm guessing you don't want to attempt to camp outside at all, unless you want. Like, you could camp outside underneath the trash compactor, because that's the like only place where you'd be kind of safe from like the wind elements.
Best to avoid it.
All right. If you want to get to the door, it would take you, like, going down the steps and then going down into the door. It would take you about, like, you would be well into the night when you reach the door.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. So, for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna have you guys just roll a... Let's just roll a... What, when we were doing stamina, I'm gonna say just a health check.
Yeah.
Shite.
So let's roll a, because it's going down the steps and traveling the entire day. Let's say a difficulty 3. Like you're not challenging yourselves, but it's a lot longer than you would like to travel.
Alright,
Except,
hold the phone. Like, do you even realize how difficult of a roll this is?
yeah, also realize
Difficulty
that,
3, that's 2 dice.
Yeah, but I increase it by 1 extra
Yeah.
because of my smoking
Yeah.
disability.
You're traveling for like more than you're traveling for more than 12 hours.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna.
It's just for the entire day. So.
Yeah, I failed both.
Oh, you failed both? Okay.
I mean, obviously, I need a 9 to make it.
Yeah, I succeed on none.
So my good
Even you?
my good friend Einar, I'm gonna tell you, you can use Legit if you want to use it, because like it is like climbing with feet, and a lot of it's going down the steps is climbing.
Yeah, that won't help me.
Oh yeah, I'm
Man.
just what I was still knowing about it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Actually,
I
if
rolled a 2
climbing,
and a 5.
Ah,
if climbing is involved, then no, wait, doesn't change anything. I still fail horribly.
all right. I'm gonna quickly roll for. I'm gonna roll for Steph and Harry, Harry Osborne and Stephanie.
Oh my god, it's Spider-Man.
So, Harry's pretty good. Stephanie's not gonna have a great time with this.
Better than me.
Harry made it with one of them, and let's see, he failed. So, like by the time you all reach down and go all the way down the steps, like this is a lot more than you expected. Like going down the steps, tying and like holding and helping each other down, and it's a very slow process. And by the time you actually reach down, all of your like the only one that doesn't seem to be like kind of like is Harry. There's the he seems to be kind of tuckered out, but not as much as you guys.
20-minute break.
Yeah, and you take a kind of take a good break.
We need a breather.
Yeah, but it like you guys felt like this just slows you down a little bit. So so basically you're getting a lot later into the like you're tired most of the day, but when you reach and actually get to the door, it's gonna be pretty fucking late in the night.
Yep.
You continue traveling. When you got down the steps, it like you would kind of assume that it's sometime past noon, and you like as you kind of reach where the like you started traveling, and after a while you start seeing the sky darken. And like, all right, it's starting to get nighttime. And finally, when you
the northern lights.
yeah, and you stop and eat some food, like eat some food around when you think it's kind of dinner time. So let's just minus one of those rations from you. Did you take 7 of those rations from you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had more than him, so
Yeah.
even though I have more space in my backpack, I still, of course, all the freaking weight.
Mm-hmm.
So you -2, I -2. Still,
Yes. Hold on. Oh wait, I only did I not type this down?
you have 35.
All right. Okay. Now I have.
Now you have 33.
Yeah.
Here we go. And done.
When
There we
you like, there's a point where you start to feel like your obvious like the tiredness is kind of starting to take over you, and you're starting to get just drowsy. You're not used to moving this much. Like you were moving, like you were traveling a lot the other day, and you've basically been doing the exact same, if not even much more than that this time around. And when you finally reach the other side, you can kind of see that when you're looking up and seeing the moon finally. Like the weather was pretty good to you today, and after you got past like a certain point, you were kind of in cover from the wind. But when you look up, you can kind of see that the moon has like it's gone up, and it's kind of gone pretty far. You know, it would be around 3 o'clock, between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning.
Damn.
You think they like just that stairs slowed you down so much? Just you didn't keep pace there because you got tired.
Enough.
Yes, Styrmir.
Remind me once we get big again to add some damn cardio to before our tennis matches.
That's what I keep telling you. But no,
You
always
know,
think I'm just trying to cheat.
not like
You're
I
just
could
in bad
always
shape,
see
my
you.
friend.
Says the guy in worse shape.
Yeah, I'm in way worse shape. I'm just mocking him a little bit. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
Well, it's more of a having smoker's lung than
I
anything.
love the fact that both of you have, like, if you count your tennis skill into your actual skill, you both have 5 in tennis.
Yeah.
Because fucking Stidman has 1 in tennis and 4 in coordination, but you have 2 in coordination and 3 in tennis.
Tennis is an important part of my life.
It is. You're stiff and all, but you're really good at it.
Yeah.
But yes, you it's
You know-
like you can see Steph and Harry. They are fuck all tired. Not as
Yeah.
Harry's not as tired as you guys, but you can see he's also starting to droop.
When we finally reach the door, I say to them, you know, there's only one group in society that I look down on. Midgets.
You, they laugh. Actually, roll personality.
All right, I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, 'cause, you know.
Do you have any skills added to that?
I mean, unless he adds
The
like
cool factor could,
I-
but probably not.
no, if you add jokes, then yes, but he doesn't have any skill points to add.
No, I've used everything.
Hmm.
I make it.
All right. Yeah, they chuckle a
personality.
they chuckle a little bit. They're pretty tired, but they chuckle.
Hey,
I want
Like-
to say that they chuckle for like too long because we all are like a bit sleepy.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's this that kind of sleep deprived laughter.
Yeah,
laugh.
everything is just way funnier than usual.
Yeah, it's way funnier than it should be.
Yeah.
And there's a slight twinge of guilt at all this laughing.
See, the hardest and last part of this is going basically up the steps that lead to the door, because there are steps that lead up to this door, and it's at this point that you kind of take this heavy like, and you climb up with the assistance of everyone, but it's a drag,
Yeah.
and that is basically the last part of the travel. But you are very tired when you're at this door, and you can kind of see it is kind of a little like it's a bit open, like it's ajar.
What? I thought it was a door.
The door is ajar.
We'll never stop making that joke.
You fucking dick.
But remember, it's only slightly ajar, meaning it's like the bottom of a jar.
Yeah.
So,
So you can actually walk in. There's no like you don't have to squeeze or anything. You can just kind of walk in.
Oh,
Sweet.
a non-squeezed door. This is a first.
Yes, it is. You kind of stumble inside, and you are now inside a dark corridor. You don't see any like it's. You can kind of see the boxes. Like this is the warehouse. Like you walk into like the warehouse part. You can kind of see boxes and stuff of things around, and you can see there's a door somewhere pretty close by. That is closed.
I look around. Do I see any boxes that are stacked in such a way to provide a makeshift shelter?
Roll for me. Just roll for me your awareness.
Yeah.
I shall do so as well with my eye power.
Yes.
I will use. So that would be for coordination.
Yes.
No,
No, actually, you're looking for like some. I would say let's make it brains, because you're trying to
find.
you're trying to find something that you could use as shelter.
Right.
Alas,
So
I lack the brains.
so 2 difficulty 2.
Yes, it's not. I'm gonna say 3 because it's dark.
All right.
Then I make one, but fail the other.
I rolled a 7 on one and a 2 on the other. I'm going to spend another luck. Come on,
Now you're
and
just showing off.
I rolled a 5, which is not enough. Okay. Damn.
You don't see anything that like is stacked in such a way that it could be used as a shelter. And
I'm
as you
going to
and
spend. Can we spend? Oh yeah, we can spend points in the middle of the game.
yes, you can spend.
And I'm going to up my last player spent awareness because that would have.
Would
I
that
would have
admit you
made it.
succeed?
Yeah, but
You could-
it's too late. I spent it afterwards. Unless I can.
No, I'm gonna say that you can as long as you have the points to increase it, I'll allow it.
Oh, fair enough. So we can.
Like
spend
you saw
them,
that, yeah.
After the roll. Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. That actually.
So,
that
yeah,
actually
you
helps.
yeah, you see that like because you're deciding to spend a point and like the points are not necessarily like plentiful, so
Right. That's true. I am like. I am using.
Yeah.
Like I am locking in a point of awareness.
yeah.
So
'Cause-
yeah, actually, the fact that we can spend these points in the middle of sessions, that makes them. I actually like this more.
Because like technically seen, you're like upping a skill that you would already like be good at. Like
Yeah,
you
and
technically seen,
I'm-
you're already good at this.
Yeah, I'm upping and I'm in a dark situation, and I'm practicing my skill. Nice.
I think
Okay,
I
yeah.
think out of all of the things of this system, I like the skill and proficiency thing, like how you spend points for it the most.
Yeah,
'Cause
this
it's-
is actually. Yeah, the fact, like, I don't think I've ever seen a system where you can just spend in the middle of the game, and this is rather
No.
unique, and I
Mhm.
like it.
I don't think I've ever seen that either.
Yeah, this gives you like the notable ability to become better. This is out of all systems, I think this might be like Elder Scrolls level of just using a skill to get better at it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a version of that tried in tabletop.
No,
Hmm.
I don't think so.
Oh well, making new stuff every day.
You but yes, since you succeeded with this,
Woo.
it kind of peer your eyes and you see like they're not stacked in such a way you could use them as shelter, but you do see a box. Like it has ripped on one of the sides. It's just like there's nothing on top of it. It's just a kind of a big box that has a ripped bottom. And you kind of like when you go close to it, it's not too far away. So you walk to it, and it takes you about 10 minutes to go to it. And you peer inside. Like there are a few produce in there. Like there are seems to be like not food. This is just like some like those boxes that have just when they're selling like random crap like campwear and stuff like that.
Oh, not only do I know exactly what that is, I handle that crap on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That he does. Boxman.
So,
Boxman.
It seems to be like a box of just all sorts of like random like goods.
Man, do I hate those boxes. That's
But,
me, the player speaking.
Yeah, but it's like luckily assorted in such a way that it like kind of opens up this like cavern-esque area.
Would you like a perfect real world example where I can describe one of these?
Yeah.
So, what you have is a perfectly fine box that isn't ripped in any such ways. However, along the corners and in the center of the bottom, as in the center of the sides, you can see holes that are like roughly 3 centimeters wide.
Mm-hmm.
And if the box is stacked in such a way, then there would be no problem for any of us to just step up top. And if the boxes say half full, you have plenty of space to set up.
Mm-hmm. You kind of like yeah. Let's just say that. Like I was feeling like I was going for like a other thing, but it's fine. I like that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
basically you can kind of like climb up to it and like it's like yeah, half empty. It's kind of like
For those who know what I'm talking about, it's the empty banana boxes that are used for just random crap once the bananas are removed.
Mm-hmm. However, you know those those when those banana boxes they have this like cardboard paper inside.
Yeah.
That is still on top, like on the bottom. So the hole on top, that is not like you can't see through. It's still there.
Ah, right. Okay, that makes sense.
And like the box is like half empty. Like there's still a bunch of crap in there, but like it's
Yeah.
still half empty and like there's plenty of space to move around.
Yeah. There's like, there's actually this is perfect due to the timing. There's a bunch of New Year's Eve celebration junk in there that didn't get sold.
Yeah. Remember, like as long as it makes sense for the scenario, you can also describe things that you see in there.
Yeah, this is actually hitting too close to home for me. I'm not okay with any of this.
There's very little light in there, like practically none. But it is warm in there. Like it's like compared to the hallway, which was kind of chilly. When you go in there, like this box seemed to be kind of isolating you pretty well. So you could easily make like a makeshift door, like or something like to block the hole. And then there would be no cold air coming in there.
Alright, let's set up a camp, and then we'll explore we'll explore the store tomorrow.
Yes.
Good catch.
The only thing that you guys are lacking in here would be light, but you could probably fix that with, you know, a flashlight. If you find one.
Well, we probably can't even lift it. Unless we get one of those tiny, like, keychain flashlights. Except that one is... that's closer to a battering ram in our hands.
Mm.
Just something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
Let's set up...
You guys set up camp, like, slowly. It's dark, but... And you're tired. You kind of, like, put down your bags in one corner. You set up you kind of... A few of the items there, you can kind of maneuver them in such a way that you make, like a corner where you're just, like, the... you know how you make... That you can kind of make, like, your own little alcove, like, end... Like, and you just kind of situate it where you're like, alright, we're gonna keep our stuff here and we're gonna sleep here. And, like, if somebody else would come into the box, you wouldn't immediately see you guys sleeping there. You're kind of hidden away from view. If something would come in there, that is.
Yeah.
You kind of, like, move around a few things. And it's kind of sluggish, but you guys are tired, but after you put away your stuff and you kind of settle down, you go, like, situate yourselves inside your, sleeping bags, bedrolls, and you kind of immediately just fall asleep. And that is where we're gonna leave our Icelandic small people, or big, or like. It's been a while since we it's been a while since we played it, but it was kind of fun getting back into the system.
Yeah, like nice to shake the rust off.
Yeah, it took like I could feel like in the beginning it took us a moment to get like back into it, like remembering shit.
Like, I had to remember the rules. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, but the thing was, as soon as I like looked at my sheet, it was really it all came back to me because, man, the system is really straightforward. Alright, I'm gonna reset my luck for the next session.
Yeah, I'm gonna reset the luck for you guys on my because I have your sheets also in front of me, and I kind of update them as we go in case shit happens.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, alrighty.
Basically, in game, you were like when you went to sleep, it was like 4 a.m.
Yeah, we're gonna sleep, oversleep. this
Yeah.
one.
But it was kind of fun seeing you guys go back into these characters. It's always like these characters are a little like this, the characters and stuff like that. There's a little bit of silly in it, and it's kind of like because like how we made them, how you guys made them.
Yeah. The thing is though, we made them so. I say normal. but
Yeah.
That's probably because they're just average dudes that
Yeah.
tennis on weekends.
Yeah.
It's I like these guys. They're believable, shall we say? Like nothing they do would be
Kind of out of place, really.
like nothing would be complete. Like nothing they do would be unbelievable. Ha 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 ha.
It is the
Unlike some. But hey.
yeah. The who knows what is gonna happen to Otter and Otrule.
Will he survive? Will he live? I mean, that's what probably should.
A magician never tells.
Yeah. What is his secret? But I will make a single request that his health roll decides whether he lives or dies.
Yes, actually, I'm gonna do that. For shits and giggles, let's do that now. Like,
All right. Don't tell us.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Don't react to it, please. Just write it down and let that be.
How much health does he have again?
I don't actually know. I don't think I heard Shade ever mention that.
He at least rolled above a 5 because he's checking.
Yes, that is why I rolled at least a few of them above 5.
Alright, that's something.
Few of
Well, that's all.
Well, good night, boys.
Good night.
See you later. Alligator.
See you later, guys. It was a good session. I had a lot of fun. It was good playing. It was good playing this again.
Have you? Oh, it went alive.
Yeah, I'm gonna run the end and then we'll
right.
talk. So for now I'm gonna roll the ending sequence, and then I'll be back later to do some horror stuff. But until then, stay safe, and I'll be back later. I'm gonna run this ending clip right now.